I'm here in Redwood Castle. Today I'm going to talk to Coleesa Egan. She's owner of Redwood Castle. It's privately owned property, and I'm looking forward to talk to her again. She's my good friend, and we have been here many times before. Really want to see these hidden gems. It's easy. She's just walking towards me, so we'll have a bit of chat. So when you arrive, you can give it ring this way. This will be very well heard from inside probably, and there is a small bell inside as well if you enter the building. So don't be shy to ring, because castle is big and Coleesa can be anywhere. So this ringing can help practically to get your attention, get her attention. So that's the smaller bell here. Do you want to ring it yourself, Petra? Ring it. Okay, so this definitely brings Coleesa's attention to you. So don't be shy to ring, because as I said, she can be anywhere. After you ring the bell, that's Coleesa Egan will come down and she will welcome you in Redwood Castle. Coleesa, what can you tell us about the castle, and where is it opening officially?
Peter, the castle opens today at 2:30 p.m. and it's open for 4 hours daily from 2:30 to 6:30, and the last tour is at 6 o'clock.
So we have 15th of June, it's official opening today, and it will go throughout whole summer.
It will go throughout whole summer until the 7th of September.
Ideal way to get around here is always to call you.
Oh yes, this castle was built by the Norman de Coogan family. The Normans always built near a river, so we have the Shannon just down the road as the crow flies. It's not very far. They would have had to bring all the stone used in the castle to here. This actual area is full of, it's a stone base. So there's no real earth here. So when they started building, they would have had to build walls 13 feet thick, 9 feet thick, and they're on a stony outcrop. So they would have built up 2 or 3 stories. The Kennedys, which were the warrior ruling class here, attacked the Coogans after about 100 years and installed themselves before moving to Lackeen Castle. Lackeen is off the beaten path, so they wouldn't have been subject to the same attack. The Normans had to be careful to build in such a way that when they were attacked, they were safe. So you'll notice that there's no light or slit windows at ground level. When you go around the castle, you'll see another door, but that was opened in the late 1800s, 1900s to allow farm animals live in the ruins of a castle. The Kennedys lived here for 70 odd years, and then they installed the MacEgans, who were their hereditary teachers and lawyers, Brehons and Olives. So the MacEgans are here since 1340 until 1640. We know in 1640 this is a ruin.
Okay, so it was ruined from 1640 until
until my father found it in the 1970s. He heard from a local parish priest, and he was immediately captivated and had to come and see it. When he saw this farm building with cattle in it, it didn't deter him, and he spent a few years trying to raise the money to restore it. And the first thing was the ivy was growing out 7 feet on all the walls, so they just snipped the ivy at the base and allowed it to die.
Is there official connection with the building, or just your father took over after he saw the building?
Well, I suppose when you have a name like Egan, a MacEgon, he knew that this was a MacEgon castle after it was a Kennedy castle. So one claims kinship with the people who lived here. They were all an intellectual elite. They were lawyers and teachers, and my father felt that's what he was a lawyer. His family were teachers. So he felt an immediate kinship with the people here. I like the feel of Redwood.
It's
and
beautiful
I've taken
spot.
it over.
Yeah. Okay.
As a guardian. You just mind it for posterity.
We are at the first floor of the building. What was the purpose of this floor?
This is the ground floor. It's the central area where everybody gathers because it's a place where you have heat. You can see a big opening on the fireplace. So in this hall you have the fireplace, and behind you have the garderobe or toilets and wardrobe. Everybody is here because upstairs in the entertaining area they only have a little brazier with a thatched roof so that the heat goes out an opening at the top of the house. Now here you have a stone barrel vaulted arch. This is the construction that kept the castle intact. It dates from the 1300s. So, in fact, it dates from 1210, sorry, when the Normans built it, because this is how they built all castles. Over a stone barrel vaulted arch, they always had a floor, but the next level up would have had a thatched roof.
Yeah.
Because this is the weight-bearing roof. So this holds the castle, knits the castle together, the towers and the floors. All these floors would have been oak beams, resting on ledges.
We are at the top floor, what originally had a thatched roof, and you have books in front of you, so please tell us something about them.
Yeah. A book was the greatest status symbol in the 1400s. In order to have a book, you had to borrow somebody who had a book and pay a scribe to transcribe it. This book, the Speckled Book of the MacEgans, or the Lorrha Dorrha, was written before 1411 and 1414, so it took a period of years to write. What's unusual is written by one person, and his name is Murchada Riamh O'Conneich. Now, the original is in the Royal Irish Academy in Dublin. There's also a copy of it in a seminary in Killiney. It tells the lives of the saints and a bit of history.
Okay, that's
so
amazing.
This is what they spent their time reflecting on.
And it was very costly operation as well.
Oh, certainly, because there's 167 folios, which meant you had to have all these calves that were killed and the skins had to be cured.
Okay.
To secure somebody in permanent employment for 3 years to write a book was a costly exercise.
Because this was highly educated person, so it was probably expensive as well to hire.
And not only was he highly educated, I mean, this gave you bragging rights. This was the equivalent of owning a jet now, or a private something. You know, to have a book when you could count on your fingers how many people would have such a book. Well, the big difference of visiting Redwood Castle is that you get individual attention.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I just don't want to go any farther because this is more than enough for people to see what kind of just idea how interesting Redwood Castle is and how much history is in it. So please come to Redwood Castle. Call Coleesa ahead to book your visits. So you wouldn't be waiting or disappointed, and it's open practically whole summer. So Coleesa, thanks very much.
Thank you, Peter.